What is the perfect beach bag? For Kim Vaccarella, it was one she had to make herself.
I wanted something that was really sturdy, durable. Most important for me was that the sides wouldn't collapse. All of the beach bags that were out on the market were canvas or straw or mesh. I was looking for something more utilitarian.
Kim, an avid beachgoer who worked in commercial real estate for 26 years, came up with the idea for the Bogg bag in 2008. Created from lightweight and rubber-like ethylene vinyl acetate, or EVA, the Bogg bag at first glance shares many similarities with Crocs, but has no association.
I searched and couldn't find anything like it on the market. I took a pen and paper and drew out almost exactly what you see today.
Today, the company is making waves in the $5.5 billion global tote bag market and says it's on track to bring in $100 million in 2024. But it almost never happened. After a defective shipment in 2012, Kim very nearly lost her dream to create the perfect beach bag.
I had given up at that point, and I was completely done.
There are 3 numbers to look out for in the story. $30,000, the amount Kim pulled together for her first bought shipment of bags. $120,000, the investment Kim received to resurrect her company. And $100 million, Bogg's projected revenue for 2024. This is Founder Effect. Available today in 3 sizes, original, biddy, and baby. The idea behind Bogg bag was, at first, meant to be sold. Kim intended to patent her idea and sell it after hearing about the $10 million sale of Jibbitz to Crocs. However, she knew she would first have to submit her patent application and have a prototype made.
I thought, wow, we may really have something here. Once we had the applications in, then we could start marketing the Bogg bag.
By chance, Kim's neighbor was able to connect her to a manufacturer in China. In 2010, Kim says she received her prototype for $60. Her husband called her the day it arrived.
He said, you need to come home immediately. And when I came home, on the dining room table was the first sample from the factory. And we both looked at it and were amazed.
Kim says she placed her first order of 300 bags in late 2010 for about $10,000 and followed it up the next year with an order of 600 bags for about $20,000.
I had approached a local store in my town called Pink Bungalow, and we had pink Bogg bags. And when I walked in there, she said, I don't know what they are, but they look pretty cool, so we're gonna carry them. And those first 300 went mostly to her. We also did a trade show. We put a few online as well.
In 2011, Kim says she used nearly all of her family's savings, about $30,000, to manufacture a full container of 1,200 bags. The shipment was to be delivered in the summer of 2012.
It was a very scary proposition. It was spending money that we didn't have to spend. It was like $1 million to me at the time to purchase this container. The container was coming at night, and we had friends and my children and family come there. I was so excited to open them and see them. And as we started opening the boxes, my heart sank. There was black streaks, not on all of the bags, but on enough that I knew it was an issue. For someone who always envisioned Bogg bag to be a Nordstrom bag or a Bloomingdale's bag, I knew I couldn't sell these. There was no way that I could fix it. I was sick. I felt disappointed. I was embarrassed. I didn't know how I was going to move forward from this.
Kim decided to keep the defective bags in her storage unit temporarily. After
receiving the bad products, I was done. I did not know what I was doing. I was way in over my head. I knew that that was the end for Bogg bag and my dream. I felt like it was my fault.
In the fall of 2012, Superstorm Sandy hit the Caribbean and the mid-Atlantic region of the United States. Kim wanted to find a way to help the Jersey Shore, which was heavily impacted.
We watched as homes were being literally taken off of their foundation and floating away on the news, and we were devastated for everybody there. It then came to us at that point that, hey, maybe we can take these bags and use these as a vehicle or a vessel to put supplies in it. So we decided to donate all of the bags filled with supplies that were collected from friends and family and neighborhood collections.
Kim set up a Facebook page to let people know when and where they would be handing out the bags.
I had given up at that point and I was completely done. But I would kind of keep up with the page a little bit just to see how people were doing. And then this crazy thing started happening that about 11 months later, people started reaching back out on that Facebook page. They were asking where they could get more. My friends and family want them. I want to buy them as Christmas gifts. This is the greatest bag I've ever had. Where has this been all my life? At that moment, it was one of those, oh crap, now I need to make this bag. Like, I really need to go back to the drawing board. I really did want to give it a go again, but starting all over was just as scary as the first time.
In 2013, Kim and her husband returned to the factory in China and determined that they would need to find and move forward with a new manufacturer.
It was slow and steady wins the race, and I took things slow and steady. I didn't want to get ahead of myself. I didn't want to get too excited, and I certainly didn't want to disappoint anybody. We found a new factory through a mutual friends that was manufacturing there and started the conversations.
To pay off her debt for the first order and to place a new one, Kim says she needed about $120,000. Her coworker provided her with the money, and in return, Kim gave him a small equity position in the business.
That $120,000 investment was a very good one. We call him the luckiest son of a bitch alive. He ended up with over $10 million.
In 2014, Kim placed a new order for approximately 4,800 bags from their new factory in China.
When we started back up again, we were in a lot of small mom and pop shops, surf shops, all up and down the southeast coast and even inland as well, because we went into as far as Alabama and Tennessee and Kentucky. We continued with trade shows and social media, and we started receiving just a lot of organic content on social media. I was doing Bogg bag at night, after work, on the weekends. My husband would come and help me, my son would help me, and we would pack boxes and tape boxes and load trucks and unload trucks. So it was very hard in the beginning. In 2018, it became too much for me to work full-time and run the business. And I gave my notice in July of 2018 after a 26-year career.
That same year, Bogg made its first $1 million in revenue. The company has seen major growth in the last few years and says it's on track to bring in $100 million in 2024. The company today sells its bags at national retailers such as Dick's Sporting Goods, Dillard's, Bass Pro Shops, and most recently, Target. Approximately 2,200 of the 4,500 stores where the bags are sold are independent retailers. For alternative sizing, Bogg introduced the baby bag in 2015 and the biddy bag in 2022. The company has also released a number of accessories: the $20 Bevy beverage holder, the $30 wine tote, and the $30 Beauty and the Bogg toiletry bag, among others. Kim herself has made up every single name for the large variety of colors available.
Accessories are king right now, and we wanted to be the one-stop solution to have all of the things for your Bogg bag.
Today, the company employs around 60 people and operates a warehouse in Secaucus, New Jersey.
You would think after more than 12 years that I would confidently say I know what I'm doing. I still don't know what I'm doing. I think that's been the beauty of the business and the growth, is not being afraid to say no. I learn every single day. It's a constant learning experience, constant development. It's a lot, but it's a lot of fun.